Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through some of the noise you hear online, maybe in conversations, and really dig into the sources.
That's right.
And today, we're tackling a question that, well, let's be honest, it probably gets typed into search engines late at night more often than we think. What really happens to your prostate if you masturbate, say, frequently, daily even?
Right, because there's just so much out there, isn't there? All these myths and anxieties flying around.
Totally. Loads of misinformation suggesting, potential harm,
Yeah.
damage, inflammation even. Well, the big worry, cancer risk.
Exactly. But we want to look at what the actual rigorous science says, because the truth might be, let's say, surprising.
Okay, so before we dive into the science, maybe just a quick refresher on the prostate itself. What is it? What's its job?
Good idea. So, the prostate gland. Think small, like walnut size. It's a key part of the male reproductive system.
Okay.
Its main function, really, is producing the fluid part of semen, the stuff that nourishes and transports sperm.
And location-wise?
It sits right below the bladder, just in front of the rectum. And despite being small, it plays this massive role in men's health, especially as guys get older.
Which is why it's such a source of anxiety.
Precisely. That's why these questions and fears come up.
And you hear those claims all the time, don't you? That frequent masturbation might wear out the prostate or cause chronic inflammation, prostatitis.
Yeah, those are common ones. And then the biggest fear, linking it somehow to prostate cancer risk.
Which is understandable. Prostate cancer is one of the most common cancers in men, so any potential link, people are going to worry.
Absolutely. And for decades, these ideas just kind of floated around, sometimes dismissed as old wives' tales, maybe sometimes even used as moral warnings disguised as health advice. There wasn't much solid science challenging them.
But that changed.
It did. Eventually, researchers, specifically at Harvard University's T.H. Chan School of Public Health, decided, okay, let's actually test this.
Let's move past the myths.
Exactly. They set up this huge long-term study to rigorously examine these beliefs. And, well, the results didn't just poke holes in the myths.
They blew them out of the water.
Pretty much, yeah. It completely changed the conversation around male sexual health and the prostate.
Okay, so let's get into that. This Harvard study, you said it was massive.
Oh, yeah. We're talking nearly 32,000 men, and they followed them for almost 2 decades.
Wow, that's serious long-term data.
It is. They tracked lifestyles, health outcomes, and crucially, a key focus was ejaculation frequency. They gathered just a ton of information.
So, the moment of truth. After tracking all these men for all that time, what did the data show about ejaculation frequency and prostate cancer risk? Because, like you said, it sounds like it goes against the old fears.
It really does. The core finding was honestly stunning at the time. Men who reported a higher frequency of ejaculation actually had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer.
Low risk with more ejaculation.
Exactly. Let that sink in. Not harm, but a protective effect.
Okay, do we have numbers on that? How significant was it?
Yeah, the numbers are pretty compelling. The study found that men ejaculating 21 or more times per month, get this, had up to a 33% lower risk of getting prostate cancer compared to those ejaculating only, say, 4 to 7 times a month.
33%? That's huge.
It's a very significant difference. And importantly, this wasn't some random fluke. Other big studies, like a major one out of Australia, found a similar protective link. The evidence started piling up.
Right. So it really looks like the opposite of what people feared is true. But why? That's the big question, isn't it? How does something like frequent ejaculation actually help protect the prostate gland? What's the science behind that?
Yeah, that's where it gets really interesting. There isn't just one single answer, but several leading scientific theories seem to explain it quite well.
Okay.
One popular one is sometimes called the prostate stagnation hypothesis.
Stagnation, like things getting stuck.
Kind of. Imagine the prostate has all these tiny little ducts, like intricate pipes. This theory suggests that regular ejaculation basically flushes these pipes out.
A natural cleaning mechanism.
Precisely. It helps clear away old cells, built-up secretions, maybe even potentially harmful substances or carcinogens that might be hanging around in there.
So if they don't linger, they can't cause inflammation or trigger those bad cellular changes.
That's the idea. Preventing stagnation, keeping the system clean and moving.
Okay, that makes intuitive sense. What else? Are there other theories?
Yes, another major one focuses on the cells themselves, cellular health, and turnover.
How so?
Well, we know that every time a cell divides, there's a tiny, tiny risk of a mistake, a genetic error or mutation that could eventually lead to cancer.
Right.
So the hypothesis here is that frequent ejaculation actually promotes a healthier, more efficient cycle of cell turnover in the prostate. It encourages the gland to replace old or potentially damaged cells with fresh, healthy ones more regularly.
So less opportunity for those potentially cancerous cells to establish themselves and multiply.
Exactly. It's about maintaining a healthier, more robust cellular population in the gland.
Okay, that's two strong theories. Anything else in the mix? You mentioned inflammation earlier.
Yes, absolutely. Chronic inflammation is a known bad guy for many cancers, prostate included, and there's a potential link here too.
How does ejaculation fit with inflammation?
Well, the act of ejaculation and orgasm is often associated with stress reduction, right? Both physical tension and psychological stress.
Sure.
So the thinking is, if you're potentially lowering your overall stress levels through regular sexual activity, including masturbation, you might also be lowering your body's general inflammatory response.
Creating a less inflammatory environment internally, which could benefit the prostate.
That's the potential connection. So you put these theories together, the flushing mechanism, the healthy cell turnover, the potential reduction in stress and inflammation.
And the science starts painting a pretty clear picture. Regular ejaculation seems to be actively good for prostate health.
It appears that way, yes. Whether it's through partnered sex or masturbation, it seems to play this role in keeping the prostate healthier through multiple mechanisms. It's quite a turnaround from the old fears.
It really is. So for you listening, this might sound like fantastic news, almost like problem solved. This is the secret. A magic bullet, maybe?
And that's where we need to pump the brakes just a little bit. It's crucial to understand the nuance here.
Okay, what's the important distinction?
While this research shows a very strong, consistent correlation, higher ejaculation frequency linked to lower risk, it doesn't necessarily prove direct one-to-one causation. Meaning, while ejaculation frequency seems protective, there could be other factors involved too. For instance, maybe men who have higher ejaculation frequency also tend to have other healthier habits overall, better diet, more exercise, maybe they smoke less.
So it could be part of a larger, healthy lifestyle picture.
Yeah.
Not just the ejaculation itself causing the entire effect.
It's possible, or likely even a combination. The main point is, ejaculation frequency looks like one important piece of the puzzle for prostate health, a valuable tool.
But not the only tool.
Definitely not. It's not a license to ignore everything else. You need the whole toolbox.
Okay, so let's talk about that toolbox. If frequent ejaculation is one helpful thing, what are the other essential tools people should be focusing on for prostate health?
Great question. Diet is huge. Absolutely critical. We consistently see links between diets rich in fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, and better prostate outcomes.
Any specific examples? Things people should maybe add to their shopping list?
Sure. Foods high in lycopene are often mentioned. Think cooked tomatoes, watermelon, pink grapefruit. Green tea also shows promise. And getting enough omega-3 fatty acids, like from fatty fish, seems beneficial too.
Okay, diet. What's next in the toolbox?
Exercise. Regular physical activity is key. It helps maintain a healthy weight, which is really important because obesity is a known risk factor, especially for more aggressive types of prostate cancer.
Does it have to be intense marathon running?
Not at all. Even moderate exercise, like 30 minutes of brisk walking most days, can make a real difference. Just keep moving.
Good advice. What else?
Well, then there are the things to avoid. Limiting alcohol intake is generally wise for overall health, including cancer risk, and definitely avoiding smoking. That's just crucial across the board for cancer prevention.
Right, smoking impacts so many things.
It really does.
Okay, so we have diet, exercise, avoiding smoking, limiting alcohol. Anything else?
Yes, and this might be the most important one, actually. Proactive medical checkups.
Talking to your doctor.
Absolutely. Not diet, exercise, or ejaculation frequency replaces regular visits with your healthcare provider. Especially for men hitting, say, 40 or 50, or even earlier if you have a family history of prostate cancer.
And that's where screening comes in.
Exactly. Discussing screening options like the PSA blood test with your doctor is still the most effective way we have to catch potential problems early. And catching things early is key for successful treatment.
Okay, so let's circle back then. The original question. What does frequent masturbation or ejaculation in general actually do to your prostate?
Based on the best science we have now,
The consensus seems to be
That far from being harmful, like the old myths suggested, it actually appears to be potentially beneficial, one of the simplest, most natural things that might contribute positively to long-term prostate health.
But with caveats.
Always. It's not a magic cure-all. It doesn't replace a healthy lifestyle, the diet, the exercise, not smoking, and it certainly doesn't replace seeing your doctor regularly.
Right. It's part of the picture, not the whole picture.
Exactly. Think of a healthy sex life, which includes masturbation, as a potential partner in maintaining prostate health, not an enemy to be feared.
That's a powerful shift in perspective. This whole deep dive really shows how science can sometimes completely overturn what we thought we knew, finding benefits where we maybe expected harm.
It certainly does.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? What other deeply ingrained health myths, things we just assume are true, might be out there just waiting for their own scientific reevaluation, something to ponder.